Okay, I know. I missed some of the Shadow of War videos over the last couple days, I'm completely aware. I'm moving soon though, and I've been a bit busy trying to set that up, and also, honestly, I don't want to make my channel entirely Shadow of War spam, so I gotta like intersperse some other videos in there to not piss all my other subscribers off. But this video is one I've been waiting for. We got to take a look at how the Nemesis system in Forts works, and how it differs from the original system in Shadow of Mordor. While it wasn't quite as meaty as I wanted it to be, there's still some really cool information to go over. I think the title of this video was a bit misleading, as it doesn't talk so much about the Nemesis system itself, but more so focuses on the fortresses that you're going to be encountering in the game. As we know, these fortresses are in most respects their own maps roughly the size of the first game, with the fortress itself being the main stronghold that you eventually take over. These fortress maps all have their own Nemesis ecosystem, complete with captains, war chiefs, and the overall leader. The army screen shows us that the war chiefs and fortress leader will have bodyguards that you can get rid of or turn to your side if you see fit. These bodyguards can be lured to areas around the fortress, making it easier to get rid of them and plan your assault. Something I found very interesting is that the fortress itself has a power level associated to it that you can reduce by doing certain actions like taking out those captains and destroying monuments around the area. One would assume that this makes the final assault go more in your favor depending on how much you reduce the level before the attack. That's a great idea in my eyes, as it makes preparation important, but it could also make the game more difficult for people who want a challenge, as they could simply attack the fortress head-on at a high level. I like how the influence from the fortress spreads across the areas as well. It adds variety to what locales look like. As we saw later in the video, it can affect the type of enemies or animals you encounter, and that's some awesome replayability. I sort of worry though that these monuments might get a bit too boring to destroy every time though. I hope there aren't like 10 of them in every fortress area or something. That would get old really fast. Side note though, by far my favorite part of this video was when they faced off with one of the war chiefs who had a smaller orc do the introduction and talking for him.
This one here, ooh, he's gonna do things to you that are not exactly... well, you'll find out.
I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, and it reminded me of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, so that's like super uber bonus points. Look, stuff like that is what makes the Nemesis system really good, and I want to see as much of that as possible. Just ridiculous things like that, absolutely. They also talked about how the overlords you designate will change how the world operates in the area. There was a big difference in look between the Machine and Feral tribes, even down to what you encounter in the area. Near the end of the video, they showed off the overview screen once again, and it looked like there were still enemy captains in the region, implying that not everyone is friendly once you conquer the area. That's a good thing as well. It means that you can still explore and fight in those places, so they aren't essentially locked off after you take them over. And that's really most of what they showed off. Again, it's not so much about the Nemesis system and more about how the forts work and how you take them over. At this point, I think I want to see how friendly captains and enemy captains work with or against each other on the map, how the rivalries have been expanded upon, etc. That's something that will really improve my investment in the game, and I'm looking forward to learning more about. I really haven't got many concerns from this video. Everything they showed off looks like a lot of fun, and it expands on the original game quite a bit. But I'm sure someone has something they want to talk about, so if you have any opinions on this video, or you know anything that I missed from it, let me know what they are in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you can always subscribe to my channel. I'd be super appreciative. And if you enjoy my content and would like to support me, there's two different ways you can do that. If you're watching on VidMe, leave a tip on this video. And if you want to support my Patreon, you can find the link to that in the description below. I am PattyJack. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.